We all know the story. Adam and Eve created in the garden, innocent. Eve comes out from under the protection of Adam, has an encounter with Satan. She is seduced, deceived. She sins. Adam follows up, sins. The whole human race catapulted into corruption. So the Lord curses the participants in that. The serpent is cursed in chapter 3, verse 13 and 14. And even 15. The man is cursed in verses 17, 18, 19. But the woman is cursed in verse 16, and that's very important. To the woman, he said, this is the curse of the fall. I will greatly multiply your pain in childbirth. In pain, you will bring forth children. Yet your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. Is pain in childbirth universal? Yeah. Every woman who ever has a child has pain. That's universal. That's the curse. That's the first half of it. But the second half is equally universal. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. What is that talking about? Is that talking about sexual desire, physical desire? No, because physical desire was there before the fall. Because when God created Adam and Eve, he said, be fruitful and what? And multiply, fill the earth, go have babies. What leads to babies is desire. There's nothing wrong with a woman desiring her husband in that way. That is not the point. The point is there's a curse on the woman, and the curse is that she has a desire toward her husband, and he has to rule over her. If you have a sexual desire for your husband, that doesn't lead to him ruling over you. That leads to a joining together in an act of love that produces a child. What is this desire of a woman that forces the husband to have to dominate her? This is a curse. This sexual attraction and marital love is not a curse. But whatever this is, it's a bad thing, and it leads to conflict. Well, the answer comes in chapter 4. This particular phrase is only used twice in the Pentateuch, in the Old Testament, and here's the second one. The Lord says to Cain in chapter 4, why are you angry? Cain, you remember, offered an unacceptable sacrifice to God. Why are you so angry? Why is your face so fallen? If you do well, if you do the right thing, would not your countenance be lifted up? If you had obeyed and offered the right kind of sacrifice, not the fruit of your labors, but an animal sacrifice, you wouldn't have this issue. And if you do not do well, here's why. Sin is crouching at the door, and its desire is for you, but you must master it. It's the exact same expression as in chapter 3. Here, it's sin desiring to have you, and you must master it. That is exactly what is meant in chapter 3, verse 16. Sinful desire to dominate your husband, and he is going to have to exercise rule over you. As a result of the fall, woman bears a curse in two areas. One, and it's ubiquitous and universal, pain in childbearing. Secondly, a desire, because of her fallen heart, to upset the divine order of authority and submission, and to want to dominate her husband. This is the universal reality in marriage to one degree or another. The woman will desire to control. The man will have to rule over her. That's as universal as pain in childbearing. It refers to a desire, a sinful desire to control. This is why there is constantly the effort of women to overthrow the authority of their husbands or the authority of men in the culture.